Hey there, thanks for joining me. It is 12:43 in the Pacific on the 12th, officially. Crossed over into the 12th of October, and we are here to do the Oracle pull for the Art of for the 19th of October. So that would be Monday the 19th of October. And so it's this one and then one more, and that's it. We just did the 18th. We got card number 18. There's a lot of 18s happening there, a lot of 8s, 18s. That was a really, really powerful card. Yeah, so just got done doing and processing that. I just cleared all of the cards with my Sage and Palo Santo. So we're just going to take a moment here to figure out what deck we're going to be using. The Dragon Fae Oracle, the Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle, or the Hidden Worlds Oracle. And we did just do the Hidden Worlds Oracle, not that that matters. That's what that was. So let me take a minute here, decide, get my guidance on which one we're going to use. So we're going to use the Dragon Fae Oracle. Cheers. Now, this is the first deck I got of Lucy's years ago. This deck, if you take a close look at it, it's pretty worn and used, versus this deck is really super shiny and new, barely used at all. Both of these other decks I have just had, one just for a few weeks, the other one just for a couple months. This one's definitely the one that I've had for longer, and I love it very, very dearly. Love every single one of these cards. We already pulled one of them for the Stargate, and that is for the 13th, The Art of Being Who You Are with Shumara. I will show you that. Hopefully you've seen this video. Just a refresher here. Where is she? There she is. There's Shumara. Web of All Life. I love her so much. Oh, she gives me the tingles. I love her energy. She absolutely just rocks my world. What can I say? Okay, so we got her for the 13th. We're being guided once again to the Dragon Fae. So welcoming in officially Dragon Fae Oracle. Okay, we are going to take from this top. I pulled to 3 separate gotta do that again. Going with top again. So now we have this much. Six cards here. This one. That was interesting. Hideki's door. A knock on the door. Oh, this is a good one. Card number 33. Hideki's door for the 19th. This is such a good one. This is so perfect. The 19th is the day before the last day on the 20th for the Stargate. So it makes sense that it's like you're at the door. What's the next? So I can't wait to see what the next is gonna be. I'm really tired, but I'm more like curious to open up all my presents and see what I got. You know, it's like that kind of energy. So card number 33, there's 23. Card number 33, oh, there's Shumara. Hideki's door, here we go. And I need my glasses. The type on this is so small. Okay, here we go. Ready? I know you wish to reach out and yet you hold back. I know you feel drawn to knock on this door and to see whether it will be answered this time, and yet you fear so much. You fear that it will not be answered, that the answer or the face that appears beyond the door will not be to your liking, that if you enter, you may never return. I cannot put your fears to rest, for only you can do that, but I can tell you what I see. I see a spirit whose flame has been flickered low, whose light is in danger of going out if it does not take the next step. For years you have passed this door, and many times you have found yourself here. You may have even knocked at the door only to flee like a terrified child before the door was opened to you. I say to you now, it is time. Reach out, knock at that door, and let what will be. Ah, I love it. Hideki is a powerful wee dragon fae who dwells much of the time in the east. With the fear of dragons that was prevalent so much in the west, he stayed away, servicing those who respected what he brought with him, the possibility of new beginnings and a chance taken and delight found. Now the times are changing, and at last Hideki can spread his beautiful doorways between worlds into the west and even beyond. These doors are between seasons, between worlds, between night and day, and are of transitions and chances and of stargates. He now wishes to bring to you the chance for good fortune brought through brand new opportunities. That's what Stargates are all about. It's about collapsing and setting up timelines, about figuring out where you're resonating at and moving forward on that path. Divinatory meanings: nervous about a new chance, feeling as though your comfort zone is far better than the unknown. So many of us live in that space. The comfort zone is better than the unknown. Longing to travel and to change, yet unwilling to do anything about it. Procrastinations and old habits keeping you from reaching out and accepting what is being offered. You are ready. It is simply nerves that are holding you back. Conditioned fears and internalized voices from the past. Reach out, take a hold of the handle, and be ready for the wonder of the unknown that lies beyond the door. The doors of perception are about to change forever. Oh my God, this is so good. So, I mean, I've seen this card so many times over the years, but I got to tell you that at this time, for this day, right at the end of the Stargate, it is extraordinarily meaningful. And what's coming through to me right now is, oh, it's heavy. I feel it like, I feel like a dragon just landed on my head. Wow. Is that the connection to dragons, seeing dragons, working with dragons, dragon theme, dragon energy, and that can be of any element, and they cross through realms and they work with everybody. They're of angelic origin, and I say that right at 11:11, so there you go for that, in case you doubted me. Oh, that's hilarious, because I know when I tell people that, they're like, what? Yes, the archangels basically brought into creation the dragon fae and their ability to be so within so many different realms all over Gaia, from tiny to humongous, in different forms, in different elements. They were created exquisitely, and they can shapeshift, and they can go into body, and they can co-create in very amazing ways. So anyway, getting to know dragons is a truly blessed, magical, amazing I don't have more words than this. It's just one of those things. And what I'm hearing now is that the door to, like, what he said about the gate and all this stuff is very true and on point, and what's happening. And it's about, he says that for the most part, there are going to be people that resonate with just kind of toying with the idea of the metaphysics and the spiritual and things that you can't explain, and dealing and thinking and listening to people like yours truly, and taking that seriously, because it's on a different level and you can feel it and it's real. Deciding to stop being the skeptic, deciding to take a different approach to being uncomfortable about crossing over. Like he said, and I'm hearing him say, a lot of people are afraid that they'll stop being who they are. And it reminds me of this song by The Neighborhood, and it's called Wake Up, or When I Wake Up, or Waking Up, or something like that. And it's basically, I'm afraid that if I go to sleep, that I'll wake up, or if I wake up, I'll go to sleep, something, a different person. I'll just become a different person if I wake up. Yeah, that's what it is. If I wake up, I'm afraid I'm going to be a different person. And that makes perfect sense. It's that whole, like, once you know, you can't not know. And that's one of the cards that we got. And that is the theme for that is the theme for the art of being who you are. I'm pretty sure. once was innocent, knowledge means change. So it's like, once you didn't know, now you know, now you have to change. So while that is true, you're still who you are. You're just 2, 3, 4.0, 5.0 who you are. You maximize, you amplified, you authenticized or authenticated, that's the word, in a whole new way. So the fear of change, of being somebody different, of not being you, of losing your identity, all of that, that's ego. That's ego not wanting you to surrender and live in faith, because in faith you can't be in control. It's that simple. So it's like, how can I be controlling if you just want to live on faith? And you're like, it feels better that way than us trying to fucking control everything. How's that working out for us? And ego is not going to have an answer for you. And so you just have to go through this dialogue, maybe a lot of times. But that really is the problem there. That is the ego not wanting to surrender control, but control is an illusion anyway. So why not just surrender to faith, while at the same time knowing that as you do that, you're more sovereign than ever. There's not weakness in surrender. There's great strength in surrender. It's like a lot of strength cards. It's a very passive looking depiction of strength, because true strength isn't brute force. True strength is the need not to use brute force, is to be balanced, to be in peace, to not need to use violence or aggression and strength, and that overarching, dominating brute strength force that ego is all about. Ego is all about using control and brute strength and needing to have the illusion of control, and if you really, for those who are really, really very fearful of that, they tend to be more narcissistic, because they're very self-centered. They're very worried about themselves and what's going on. They're very manipulative because they need to control, and they have the illusion of control. They need the illusion of control, so they control other people through manipulation, that sort of thing. So for all of those reasons that people construct their reality in certain ways, it makes it really hard to just bulldoze all of that out and just be without the bullshit. The bullshit tends to get comfortable. Another thing that Hideki said is, are you more comfortable in just what you know, and that's where you stay, rather than pushing your limits into the unknown, even if you're not comfortable where you're at? And that's where a lot of people resonate at. That's where they're at. They don't like where they're at, but the unknown is worse than knowing where they're at. So that's all about fear. And that's all about, again, needing to have all the answers when you really don't anyway. You're just playing the odds of predictability, but in this world, that's not going to work anymore, because even the comfort zones aren't predictable anymore. So it's like, why do you want to live in a home that is on some crazy ass foundation that is all rickety and it just doesn't make sense? it gets to a point where it just doesn't make sense anymore to be in that, to live in that space. And again, we're getting to that point with the card before this, the number 18 for the 18th, the Green Man. That is about creation, about pure life force and creational energy, and growth and expansion and connecting, not tearing shit up and destroying and raping and pillaging and war and aggression. No, it's about balancing strength with nurturing, with creation, with another thing was fertility, that strong life force. You can be very, very strong and not need to use any kind of aggression or manipulation for that matter, or exploitation for that matter. All of the above. Okay, so there we go. There is our card number 19, Hideki's Door, card number 33. I love this card so much. It just really speaks to, okay, you're going to get out of your way. You're going to open the door. You're going to go through this threshold, this thing that you built up to be such a big deal. It's like the door at the top of the mountain. We talked about you have to go uphill to heal. So this is the door at the top of the hill. It's the way that he's showing it to me now. And he's actually showing me just a door and it not attached to anything. It's just a door. He's like, you could just go around it. You don't even have to go through it. You could just, you make it as complicated as you need it to be. But FYI, this door isn't attached to anything other than your fears. So with that, thanks for being here. Join me lickety split for the last one. We're going to get to it right now. The one for the 20th. Bye.